Thank you for the raid. Thank you, thank you. Whoever was asking what track that was just playing. Yeah, that's from Sun and Moon. That is from Sun and Moon. It was Howoli City. How the fuck do you say that? The one that's like Hawaii, but not. It's that one. Anyway, appreciate the raid, Nora. Thank you. Appreciate it. There was a raid earlier too. There's another one. Also, Hunchul, thank you for the 29 months. Tryon for the fresh sub. Whoever anonymously gifted taco sub, thank you. Hold on. Catterbox was the other one that raided earlier. Thank you for that. Frosted Glass, thank you for 16. Rainy Mint Cafe for 6 at tier 3. Thank you. Oshi tier 3 for 51 months.
Good morning from West Coast US.
Good
Geega.
morning. Good morning. It's a little early. Not early for me, but yeah, if anyone's West Coast, it's a little early for you. I had been starting like slightly later. I used to always start my streams at 2 p.m. Eastern. I started doing like a 3 to 4 window. Some days like 4:30, you know. Just kind of experimenting with streaming like slightly later. I don't know if it makes a difference in who can catch it, because I feel like when I move it up or down just a little, like I'm still around for EU folks, I'm still around for NA folks. I'm not really sure. I'm just kind of seeing what I like for my own schedule. So yeah. I don't know if you guys have a preference. Obviously, this is the crowd that shows up at this time, so a lot of you are probably going to be like, oh, I like when it goes earlier. And when I do stream a little later, there are a lot of folks that are late NA that just cannot watch my streams. If I stream for like 5-6 hours and I start at this time, like they just won't even make it. So yeah, there's some of them that are like, yeah, I prefer this. I prefer this when I do like a 5 p.m. start, you know. Geegler. But yeah, I don't know what you prefer. I don't know what I prefer. Honestly, I'm not even sure. I don't know if it matters that much. There are so many arguments I could make for earlier being better for me or later being better for me. So I don't know. Stream 24/7. I stream too long some days. I really do. I mean, 8 hours is crazy. 8 hours is crazy. But one of the reasons I go so long is because I chat so long in the beginning. And then I want to get like a good amount of the game in whatever game I'm playing for the day. Because if I don't spend enough time gaming each stream, then I'll never get through these games. Realistically, what I should do is talk less, because I can still talk over the game. I should just talk for an hour and then start gaming. You know? That's what I should do. And then cut those hours down just a little overall, and then I have more time to do other shit, man. Talking is fun. It is. I think it's good. They're just, I mean, how much can you really talk about when you talk every day for like 2 hours to your chat? You end up circling back to a lot of similar topics and everything. Whereas I find if I'm looking at a game and talking about it and a conversation comes up because of something in the game, it's more likely to be like unique. You know what I mean? Also because I avoid certain current topics, you know, like I avoid things that go on in the world as topics depending on what they are. Because sometimes it's shit that I don't want my chat to be posting about. It's like political or whatever, you know? And I'm like, So there's a lot of real life stuff that I could talk about that I also just don't too. So yeah, I think it might be better. I also, at the same time, really don't mind talking about the same shit multiple times, so long as people are happy to listen to it. You know? You know what I mean? So I'm fine with whatever. TLDR. More waiting screen talking due to broader VTuber discourse taking place. Yeah, man. Exactly. I don't love commenting on everything. You know, for the longest time, I really don't comment on anything like that. The only stuff I've commented on is recent shit because it's actually related to me, even if it's a little bit. Outside of that, I avoid that shit. I am usually radio silent, you know? So. Oh, we have a question. Hold on, we can go here. We have a question. Okay, let me see what you said. You said, I want to get into streaming, but I've got no savings. Lost my other job recently. Realistically, how much should I save and wait before giving streaming an honest try? You should never stream full-time and not work. Ever. Ever. Unless you are over like 1,000 viewers and you're making enough money to live off of streaming. Even then, at 1,000 viewers, depending on how you monetize things, that might not be that much because it might be enough for you to pay for your apartment or whatever, but it might not be sustainable. And this isn't a long-term career, so you can't like just make ends meet and then be like, oh, this is good. It's like with streaming, that's really bad for you. So I would say streaming is something you can, so long as you already have the equipment, you can just do it for free. Like OBS is free, hitting go live is free. If you're gonna just game on your own anyway as a hobby outside of real life shit, then just stream that. Just do it. But that is your decent try. That is your, I do my real life stuff and then after that I stream. That is your decent try. There is no, I'm gonna stop everything, have money saved, and then I'm just gonna stream full time for a bit to try it out. There is no good try like that. Because the chances of this working out for people in a way where they could make enough money for it to not work are really, really low. It's exceedingly low, those chances. And you put yourself in a bad spot. You do yourself a disservice if you listen to people that are like, oh, follow your dreams because it's fun. No, like, don't follow dreams that you could just do as a hobby anyway, still enjoy, not lose out on, but still have a job and then, you know, not bankrupt yourself for. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to give up stuff. You don't have to give up a job to stream. You just have to give up some time. But yeah, just like focus 100% on getting a job and working. Once you have something, then look at your schedule, find gaps. Assuming you get all the other stuff in your life done and you have some time, that's where you stream. And then you really try it. There's nothing wrong with like putting in a really good effort and taking a hobby really seriously. There's nothing wrong with that. You can really try. But the worst thing you can do is make it like the thing that is the only thing earning you money, because then you're gonna see it as a way to earn money and not like, I just want to make content. You know, it's okay to monetize that after you flex yourself creatively and figure that out. But when you're starting out, it should not be about money ever, you know? And it's not that I'm suggesting that people are trying to make it about that. It's just that it will naturally become that if you don't have a job actively and then you're just streaming. Like it will naturally happen whether you want it to or not, whether you set out for that or not, you know? And that's the part that stinks. So yeah, just do it as a hobby. That is my advice. Ta-da! Don't do it with anything. I know friends that do it with art too. They're like, oh, I want to study art. I want to be an artist. And I'm like, hey, you can be an artist, but the chances of that working out for you and making you enough money to live off of are actually pretty low. Pretty low. So do it as a hobby, study hard on the weekends, whatever. If you really want to save up, yeah, and do 6 months to paint in a shack, you can. But it's not like you're doing this thinking this will make me money. It's more like I'm doing this purely to make my skills better, and then I'll work and then do painting or whatever the fuck on the side. And then if that works out, it works out, right? That's the way to think of it. Streaming is the same thing. Anything creative is like that. Like, you do have to hone skill, but just do your shit, man. Just do your shit. Yeah, you went for R for 2 semesters.
No.
Thank you, Bite. Thank you. Appreciate it. Most bands you listen to are less smaller groups, but all of them do it as a hobby or passion project, never expect it to be their job. They hold down jobs separate to it. Yeah, because the thing is, like, if you want to do something fun or creative for yourself, I think the moment it becomes, like, dire that you make money off of it, you have to start sacrificing doing just what you want to do creatively. You have to start, like, just doing what would make money, which is, like, no longer a passion project. I feel like it defeats the purpose of why people are trying to do it anyway. And it's fine, again, if you do a thing, you're passionate about it, you're creative with it, whatever, and then from there you figure out how to monetize that, but you have to establish what that is first. And it's to be yours, and then you try to monetize it. You know what I mean? If you just go into it and you're like, I want to do this for the sake of monetization, it's like backwards, you know? Know what I mean? Yeah, do art. If you get hungry, you can eat the Crayolas. I saw someone in the VShojo Reddit ask why talent doesn't stream on YouTube when other big VTuber corpos do. I think it's stupid to compare what different corpos do and be like, this is a standard, you should do it. But aside from that, because YouTube streaming kind of sucks. Unless you want to, like, it just kind of sucks. I'm going to be honest. Twitch is the better platform from the streamer side, for just usability. Twitch is just the better one. I think there are things that YouTube does that are really good that I really like. I love the idea of streaming on a channel and having your VOD saved to the same channel that you want to post your videos to, etc. But it just, there's a lot about it in the fine-tuning that just sucks. That's all. Also because VShojo started out with a bunch of people that just streamed on Twitch to begin with. And therefore they stream on Twitch. But there's no rule. If someone wanted to join VShojo and they wanted to be a YouTube streamer, they could just do that. That's fine. But it's really hard to grow on YouTube as a streamer. The people that do it, the other corpos, you know, when you debut in a really well-known corpo, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to discover your channel because you're part of that corpo. If you are indie and you just want to go stream on YouTube, nobody's going to fucking watch. You have to try so hard to farm other content to try and get people to show up to your live streams. But a lot of YouTubers that have really good channels, their live streams don't really get that many viewers. It's really like their main content of shorts and, you know, the other stuff that works out. It's just tough. It's just tough. I think Twitch is better to grow on. I think you're better off streaming on Twitch and then having a YouTube channel for videos than you are, you know, streaming on YouTube. Then again, you could just put your whole ass into it, just be a YouTube Andy and try to make that work, and it can work out. It's just so much harder because their discoverability on streamers is like non-existent. So it really only exists if you are also making a ton of videos, or you have a corpo that like has a brand that will make people just go watch your streams because you're part of that brand, you know? But if you're just kind of like doing that shit raw, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work out, you know? But yeah, I have streamed on YouTube before for fun. I kind of did as like alt content. I find it is very annoying to set up every stream. It's just a couple of things you have to do, but it's very annoying to set up every stream. I like the convenience of Twitch. I always had an audience on Twitch and never really had built up a YouTube audience until recently, and they're not there for my streams. They're there for like my clips and my videos. I think if I stream nowadays, it might be slightly different, but like, I don't know. It's not the platform I've focused my community on. My community is on Twitch. So, you know, that's all. Said, why not dual stream? I have a hot take. I think dual streaming sucks unless you're a huge streamer. I think it's really bad for you until you're big, and then it's really good for you. Basically, when you dual stream, you end up having some of your people who prefer YouTube stay on YouTube. You have some of your people who prefer Twitch staying on Twitch. And then neither of those things has everyone funneled into it. And in your own interest, if you're on Twitch or YouTube and you're streaming and you're trying to grow, you don't have like a ton of followers yet. You want to get everyone to be in one platform, because if your CCV looks higher, then it pushes you up in a category. More random people from that category might find you. It just helps you get discovered. It just does. So splitting your audience out and having lower numbers on both platforms hurts your growth. It does. That being said, if you're already a big streamer and you don't really have to worry about that like follower growth thing anymore, your follower count is huge, you're fine, then it's good. Then I think it's kind of a more is more thing. But yeah, I think it's like really good when you're past that point. You have a lot of YouTube subscribers and you have a lot of Twitch followers, then it's good to dual stream. But if you're not there yet, I don't think it's good. That's my opinion. There are some people who have managed to farm up like separate audiences on both, and it might work for them. So it's not the case for everyone, what I'm saying, but I think for most people it is. You know what I mean? Wait, there were more questions. There were questions. I love multicasting. I wish it worked out better, honestly, but yeah, I just focus, like I do videos on YouTube. I don't stream on it much. I think if I were past a certain point, I might dual stream, but like for me right now, it's not the thing. Hi, Cheeky. Thank you for the 2 months. Thank you. People were asking questions about platforms and stuff. Yeah, a few people said you don't like YouTube chat. I do really like Ludwig. Oh my god, I just like bled on myself. Ludwig made that tool Truffle with his team. Funnily enough, I actually know the dev that made it. He worked on he worked on like some Minecraft modding. I know him from that. But yeah, they the blood, you know, I scratched myself on my arm earlier and I keep like fiddling with it. Yeah, Otto's really nice, automated. He made Truffle with Ludwig, and that made the YouTube chat so much better, so much more usable. And I look at that and I'm like, man, if like native YouTube chat were like this and could be moderated easily, it'd be great. It's just for streamers, the tools suck so far. But they don't care about that. They're concerned about like their shorts platform. They're really not concerned about their live streaming, so I don't know if they're gonna fix it for a long time. I really don't think they will. Hold on, I'm scrolling. Yeah, a lot of people saying chat box on YouTube is ass. That was the biggest thing for me, is the chat box and the mod tools were so bad. So I just didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to make my mods deal with it. Said many ex-corpo folks now stream on Twitch. I wonder why. Because it's the better, more convenient one to stream on, to be honest. This is the better streaming platform. YouTube is the better video platform. That's all. That's all. Remember you did stream on YouTube a bit? Yeah, I did. Before I made my alt stream, my alt Twitch channel, I would do stuff on Discord. Whenever I wanted to finish a game, but I didn't want to stream it on main, I would do it on Discord. And then things got too big, community grew, and I was like, I can't, the calls can't hold this many people anymore, and you know. So I was like, okay, let me try doing it on my YouTube, because I really don't care about how my live streaming does over there. That's just for my videos. So then I start doing that, and I realized how much I hated streaming on the platform because of certain gripes. So I was like, okay, if they fix these, maybe I'll like do it again here and there, but for now, all Twitch is the way to go. It is. Bite says, people saying Twitch discovery sucks, but YouTube live discoveries, ooh. Yeah. I know, man. Like, you can't grow on it. I think if you're already big, it's great, but like, if you're not there yet, it's so hard, dude. It's so hard. Think of any VTuber you've watched as a YouTube live streamer. You've almost definitely discovered them through clips, through like Twitter, stuff like that. And you've never discovered them because they were just live, and YouTube was like, watch this live stream, and you went, okay, and clicked on it. Like that doesn't really happen, but it does happen on Twitch. So, you know, YouTube live stream is just so hard to grow on. I wish it was easier, because I like the idea of there being more really solid competitors in a space like this. The more competition there is, the more every platform tries to do well by the creators that are on it. So I don't like when there's just like one obvious choice, because then they can just sit back and be lazy and everyone still uses their platform as whatever, you know? So I wish things were like really tough competition, because I think that's better for us overall. It's better for the viewers, it's better for the streamers, you know? But when they have it easy, they don't do shit. They really don't. So one last question. This is the person that asked about when should I start going on streaming. He said, has one grow or develop a passion? I'm an unlucky dude who's always been interested in a bunch of different things, but none have latched onto in my mind like an obsession, like I hear when others talk about their passions. I don't think you're unlucky. I think you're like giving all this scenario labels it doesn't need. It's take a step back. It's pretty simple. You probably have things you like. There you go. Those are your passions. When someone talks about a passion of theirs and they speak super passionately, it just means they're very animated. It does not mean that they have more emotion than you do toward it. It doesn't mean that they actually care about it more than you do. It tends to be, not saying that they're lying, but it tends to be performative, not in a bad way, again, but it just tends to be that they're just getting hyped up, but they like the things they like just as much as you think, you know, the things you like are great. So I wouldn't say like, oh, I'm not a passionate person. There might be some people who are generally more passionate, generally kind of, but yeah, you don't need to be obsessed or hyperfixated on it. Yep. And you said, I can't seem to find that thing that makes me want to jump out of bed to go do. There is nothing in my life that I want to jump out of bed to go do besides feed my cats because they won't stop meowing. I like everything that I do. None of it is like, I would love to jump out of bed to do this. No, I would rather sleep. There is nothing in my life that I would rather do more than sleep. Are you kidding me? You know, that's just me personally. And I have friends be like, oh, you're passionate about this, you're passionate about that. Okay, yeah, I'm real passionate about laying down though. So like, you know, that's just how it is. That's just how it is, man. You said you're gonna invent the world's most efficient video codec. You can send 4K video at 240 FPS with 1 megabyte per second of data, and then start your own profitable streaming platform. Every other streaming platform that's tried to show up has been like dead in the water, dude. It just has not worked. Was it OnlyFans or Patreon? One of those with that like payment model. One of those I think recently said they're gonna introduce streaming, right? One of them did. Was it streaming or was it something else? Let me see. Yeah, it was Patreon. Which I think is cool, but Patreon. I don't think anyone's gonna be going on Patreon to watch streams. Yeah, they're calling it make a live stream post with Crowdcast. I think it's gonna end up being like Twitter Spaces. I think it's gonna be like that. You make it patron only. Ooh. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Twitter Spaces. He said, "Oh my god, I hate it. The ads popped up." Brother, the bot exists. You'll be okay. Some of the first live streams I watched were on YouTube. As far as I could tell, the chatting experience is virtually the same as it was 10 years ago, which is crazy to me. Yeah, they haven't like changed shit. I don't think there's too much like to change besides a couple small things, but those small things will change everything, and they just won't do it. They just won't do it, man. I don't know. They won't freaking do it. Said for you, people think you're passionate, but you just don't know what to talk about a lot of the time. So when a topic you have interest in comes up, you're like, finally, something I can talk about. Yeah. I feel you. I just talk about everything. I just talk about everything. And when one particularly interests me, you can tell because I sound interested in it. And people will be like, oh my God, you're so passionate. And I'm like, nah, I just like this thing. Passion is a strong word. I'm just chilling. Okay, we got a paragraph. Here we go. Geega, I am a mechanical engineer and I want to support VTubers/gaming and the community. Okay. I'm currently unemployed and have good savings. Okay, go get another job. I tend to perform my best when working for people I care about. Don't care. Go to get a job not about people that you care about, because mixing your care with your work will always cause you problems. You said, do I have any suggestions for you on how you can work with or in the industry? Don't work in this industry. Content creation and gaming has no money in it. And I'm saying this 100% real to you, because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, follow your passions, make no money, haha, and then you're like super sad 10 years down the line. You're like, why the fuck did I do that? There's a reason why almost all esports orgs go under. There's a reason why all sorts of agencies go under. There's a reason why a lot of creators create a lot of companies and they go under. They end up just having a team of like 3 people around them at the end of the day. There isn't actually, I know it looks like there isn't actually much money to be made in this space. There are a few people at the top that make buku bucks. But for the vast majority of people, they're making normal person money. Okay? And that's it. And think about yourself, a normal person working a normal job. Would you have the money to pay an entire company of like 3 people to support you doing your job that you already do? Not really. Not really. So I wouldn't look at it like that. Now, if you want to do passion projects, you want to do extra work, there are things you can do, but I wouldn't do it as like a, let me do this in lieu of a normal job kind of thing. I would get a stable normal job that you don't hate, and then look for stuff to do on the side. Like you could make creator tools and things. There's stuff to be made. There's stuff to do. I think honestly the biggest support is just being an involved community member, though. Personally, I think that's better, more than anything. Just being an involved community member is the best. But I wouldn't want people like looking at this industry like it is one that you really can do a lot in if you're not a streamer yourself, because you kind of can't. I'm gonna be honest. Vast majority of like managers, people like that, make like no money. There's no money to be made. And the only time there is when you are working for one of the very top people who they make the most money, so they do have something to pay you. And there's so few of those people, and they have people clamoring to work with them, and it's not worth the headache, the strain, trying to like be the one that finally gets chosen for this one manager role or this one dev role, or whatever. That kind of stuff. It's just really tough, and I wouldn't recommend it. Now, again, I would say making tools for creators is a really good way to do it. Passion projects and stuff. 100% there's stuff to be done, but do it as projects you're interested in. Do it on your own time. I know several people in this community that have made little things. There's some people who like game development, so they go to a game jam, but what they do is when they go to the game jam, they use like the faction mascots and things as the backdrop, and they're like, I'm gonna make a game, but it's gonna be for this community. I'm gonna do the task that I'm gonna do this game jam, but I'm gonna make little sprites that look like like the slimes right up here, these 3, and they'll be the 3 little guys, and they're gonna do this thing, and they'll make a game and then submit it here, and we'll all be like, oh, that's really cool. A lot of us will play it. Yeah, like Ray makes them, stuff like that. And that way you can be involved. You can make a thing that you're passionate about. You can have fun with it. You can show it to people. It can get played or whatever, and that's great. But you're not like sacrificing an entire normal stable job to do it. I think that's the way to do it. Honestly, just passion project that. Know what I mean? Yeah, you said make the robot that Geega can pilot around cons. That's what I'm saying, right? Like things like that. You said you're into mechanical engineering, so if you wanted to make a little tool that could in some way let VTubers do something at a live event, let's say you wanted to make the Dap Me Up robot, okay? So you want to make a setup where there's an iPad on there. You want to figure out how to get good connection. Should it be in a place like that, and hook all of that up? You want to make a little robotic hand that like they can use WASD and use, you know, a little in-browser tool to then move the hand around and dap someone up. Like, you could make stupid shit like that, and then like find, you know, if you're in someone's community, maybe hit them up and be like, hey, are you doing any events? I have this thing, and, you know, do you want to try it? All right, like stuff like that. You could physically bring it to an event and then have them like remote in, and, you know, etc., etc. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do that like would help the community, would be really neat. But, you know, you're not gonna make money doing that. So definitely make it a passion thing, I would say. I think if you're in this industry, not as a creator, and you're looking to make money, the only things you could do are be a really good editor. Really good editors can find work in this space for sure. There's always a need for good editors, but a lot of people don't have a lot of money to pay editors, so the pay isn't that high. That's kind of it. That's it. That's the only thing that you as a solo person could do to like be working with creators and making some money for yourself, and like really involved. That's literally it. And there's a good number of editors out there. Yeah. That's the only one. If you're trying to be a manager, you will make no money. All the bigger people already have management too. And then, yeah, that's it. That's it. Most stuff that creators do, they can do on their own. And then they just contract out a couple people for some hours for some things. Some, honestly, a lot of creators don't even have managers. Some do, but when I say manager, it's just some person at a company that like emails them about sponsorships. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a solo job. So that's why I was saying like maybe making tools for people. I think Fuji's a good example. Fuji has made stuff for VTubers. So, you know, when someone calls in, or they call it Fugies, someone will be like, oh, they're Fugies there, and there's a little picture, and when they talk on Discord, the picture lights up and they can change the PNG of it. That was just a tool that Fuji made, and he released for VTubers. He made this years ago because he was just in this community as a friend of a lot of VTubers, and was like, you know what would be really cool if instead of using the Discord stream kit where it just has like a little circle with their profile picture light up, if you could put like a custom PNG, because VTubers have that. So he made this tool that just looks at who's in a Discord call, and if they have a PNG on his platform, instead of showing their profile picture, it shows that instead. Ta-da! Right? He just made a tool that he thought would be useful for people, and now thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people use that tool. The number of creators that use that tool is insane. Insane. Pretty sure he loses money on Fuji's. Yeah. He pays all the like the hosting costs and everything, all the bandwidth and whatever is all on his end. Some people donate, but like no one has to pay for it. It's just a free tool. So even though he used that and he has a big user base, he still doesn't like make a lot of money on it at all. He makes negative money on it. So that's why I'm saying like there isn't really money to be made in this space. It's tough. I do think it'd be nice if people would pay for tools. So I do think if you have a thing like that you want to make, maybe add some sort of payment model somewhere as possible. I don't know, but it's tough because people want everything for free. So it is what it is. It is what it is. You used to work for Visual? Yeah, he used to. He did. He was there when I first started there. He said, I've decided that making beer money with art on top of my 9 to 5 is the best option. I have no social life, but there's no free lunch. Yeah. I mean, that's what I did with streaming, right? I had my 9 to 5, which was more like a 9 to 7 or 8. I would end that for the day, eat food, and then hit start stream. That's what it was, right? Beer money. Same thing. And then it ended up working out really well. And I ended up switching to that being my main thing. But it wasn't until it worked out really well and I got like physically ill and literally could not do my job anymore that I made this my job. You know? Up until then, I was like, eh. Your real ass qualities are conflicting with my young naive worldview, and frankly, I don't like it. Look, man, I'm really tired of seeing clips of streamers like fucking lie to people. And I think they believe it. I don't think they realize they're lying. Like it's not a lie if you believe it, really. Like they're just giving bunk advice, bad advice, you know, because they are in the wrong mindset. But they're like, yeah, follow your dreams, do what you want. The best time is now. Do this while you're young. And I'm like, brother, you're giving people so much advice that they're going to regret later. Everyone I know who's done that regrets it later. Like, I don't know anyone who's been like, let me stop school for a bit or stop work for a bit just to stream for 6 months, and then been like 2 years later, wow, that was a great idea. I don't know anyone, a single person who's done that. And I know a lot of people who've done that. Okay? If anything, it sets people back more than that 6 months over and over and over. And I don't want to see people making bad decisions for something that has a low chance of working out. I would never advise someone to do that. you know, you're gonna be happy with like starting out with it. You're gonna be excited for it, but then later on you're gonna be miserable. So it's just not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. He said the only advice that really applies, or that advice only really applies to putting money into your 401k, which you should be maxing out. Do you have a job other than VTubing? Not anymore. Used to. Once I started working out really well, I gave up on that. But it was more so because I became sick. There's a video about that on my YouTube channel. TLDR, I was diagnosed with cancer at some point, and I went, uh-oh. And I was getting really physically ill, and I couldn't even, like, walk properly and shit. So I was like, I'll just stream. And then I got that all fixed up, figured out, all good, healthy, whatever. I was still streaming, and I thought about going back to work, and I was like, yeah, but streaming's working out. So I just, like, stayed streaming. Because it worked really well, you know. But I would not have been like, oh, let me stop working to try this full time had I not gotten sick. I really would not have. Even though I was doing well with it. Because I loved doing it. But maybe I'm just too much of a practical person. I'm just overly practical, but it just felt like not the right idea. Then again, the stuff I worked in, the stuff I did, if I needed to go back to it, like I could. It's obviously harder the more time you take off, obviously, but it would be possible. So I felt okay just going for it. When you were working and streaming, what did your free time look like, if you had any? I had practically none. I had one, I think I just had Saturdays off of both. But I still worked every Saturday anyway, and I still did community stuff in the Discord on Saturdays, so I didn't have free time. I didn't. You said you need people to tell you no. If you're truly passionate about something, you will go for it anyways, in my opinion. Yeah, but don't get that attitude of like, I'm so passionate, I'm gonna ignore what everyone tells me who has actual experience and wisdom doing this thing, you know, and then fucking yourself over. But also I agree, like if they're that passionate, yeah, they're just gonna do it anyway and you can't change their minds, so whatever. All right? You know, like, people are gonna take advice or not take advice. You can only give it and leave it on the floor in front of them and hope they pick it up, right?
Follows your dreams, but you need to be smart about it.
Yeah.
Do you have money? Do you have a backup plan? I hate to say ignore your dreams, but make sure the dream fits into reality.
Yeah, exactly. You can have both. You can be realistic and follow dreams at the same time. When you just do one, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you're purely going the practical route and you're not doing a single thing that you like or are passionate about, that sucks. Maybe the practical route you also really like, and that's okay. But yeah, if your reality, your real job is something that just brings you absolutely no joy, then yeah, you should have some sort of thing on the side that you follow that balances that. But yeah, I think it's all about balance. You should never just do one. Never ever. When you were starting out, did you get a lot of people trying to sell you their art on your stream, and how did you deal with it? It never ends, dude. We get so many, if YouTubers especially, we get so many artists coming into chat and being like, oh, I do art, do you want it? People DMing on Twitter, if you have your Twitter DMs open, being like, oh, I'm an artist, I'd love if you would commission me sometime. You just get people doing this constantly. This is never ever ever a thing that ends. And I appreciate the hustle, but when I'm looking for something, I will go find it. I don't need people to advertise to me. I don't need that. I think the advertisement is usually it's usually done like organically on Twitter, right? If someone is posting their work on Twitter and is like, yo, I have commissions open, you will get found. That's great. I feel like going into someone's chat while they're streaming and trying to like hang out with their community and just interrupting it to be like, by the way, here's an unsolicited ad. That makes me more likely to not want to hire them. That makes me more likely to be like, I'm not dealing with this, you know? Because then I feel like they're like disrespecting the environment a little bit because we're just here chilling. I don't know. It's just like we'll be sitting here hanging out playing blueprints and I'm like, oh my god, guys, I think the safe code is this, and we're like, oh my god, could it be? Oh, and we're discussing the safe code, and then someone is like, oh, do you want to buy my art? That sucks. That sucks, man. So I don't like that. I even have a spot in my Discord where people can put things that they draw. We have a channel called My Creations. And like, people can just go to that channel and be like, I made this, and let other people see it in there. It's great. So like, there's even an outlet if they just want to like show shit off. But if they're trying to sell things, no. No. Not at all. You're saying... I'm reading some of the comments. Ugh. Chat ads are the modern cold calls. I can't stand it and will never. I feel like it's just weird to the all the other viewers. Like I as a streamer, I'm used to just looking at the chat, and if something is not relevant to the conversation, I just filter it out. My brain just goes, okay, never mind, very easily. But, you know, I feel like a lot of the chatters will see it and they'll just be like thrown off a little. Not like in a really bad way. It's just like a little weirdly placed. I don't know. If you say you're looking to commission someone on Twitter, you'll get 200 comments in a day. Yeah, it's like it calls the bots. I mean, one of the most common scams right now is art scammers. So someone will like make they'll make a Twitter account, and they'll say, you know, I'm an artist and here's some of my shit and my commissions are open. And a lot of the time they're scammers and they stole that. It's not actually theirs. And they just go into Discord and advertise. It's crazy. Hotaru, thank you for the raid. Golden Kappa raid. Ooh. Golden Kappa. Raiders, we were just talking about those weird art scammers that DM you on Discord. How are you? I hope stream was good. What was she doing today? Yeah, welcome hot dogs. Welcome. Persona. Which one? Which one? Golden Kappa raid. I love the hot dog, the dance dog emote. You see it? That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Persona 3 rail. Oh, okay. That's a good one. That's a really good one. You know what I really liked? I was sponsored to play it on stream. So we played one day of it. We played Persona Tactica. Was it like Persona 5 Tactica or something like that? What was it even called? The Tactics one, where it had like little 3D chibi models and stuff for the characters. That game was actually so good. It was so good. I really, really, really liked it. You see the stamp? I like that it has the cheese. I like the cheese. The cheese is so good. The cheese slice on her back. Hot dog. I should use my hot dog model more. Tactic is great. I played the whole thing. It was a good game. It was a good game. I played the first day of it on stream, and then I was like, I don't know, I'll put it into my backlog. I do want to play it more, but I don't know if I'll have the time. And then I sat there and I no-lifed it. It was so good, man. I loved it. I loved it. So 100% highly recommend. It had the same art style as Persona Q. Yeah, I liked it. I think people were a little weird about the art style though. All right, I need to go refill my water. I'll be back, guys. Hold on, I'm like dying. Give me a minute.
The Geegler.
Moo!
Sorry, my voice has been like dying a little bit. I just need to make sure I'm like
What is the charge?
drinking a lot of water.
A succulent Chinese meal.
Thank you for the bits though. Thank you. Yeah, as I come back, I come back and I see it like on the screen. I have I have a new cup. I have a different cup now, and I'm hoping it encourages me to drink more water. We'll see. I usually drink an okay amount of water, but I feel like I started slacking like last like 2 weeks. I don't know why. I just started slacking. So I had a different cup. Sometimes doing something simple like that just does it. It just does it for me. So we'll see if it works. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to figure out what to play today. I was thinking we should just continue Oblivion. We're still on the blueprints grind, so maybe we can swap to it later or do it tomorrow. But I was thinking we should continue Oblivion because I've been wanting to make sure that we're also playing that. Those are really the two. I did really like Haste yesterday. That game was fun as fuck. The game was fun as fuck. I really like Haste. It's one of those things that as I understand the game more, I could just talk over it. Like there's nothing to say. I just lock in occasionally and we just talk and say whatever over it. Yeah, Haste was really good. Haste was really good. I need to force an FPS cap on it. Actually, let me write that down before I forget. I need to force an FPS cap because the game itself does not have that, and when I would stream it, the graphics are not so crazy that it should lag my model, but it absolutely would. So that part was a little, you know, not great. Well, not great. How does that make you feel? Durand, I'm assuming you watched that whole stream, the two sessions in a row of Maya Peanuts and fucking PT and Helen. Oh, chat. If you haven't been watching the alt streams, that's okay. I just want you to know that there were two VODs in particular that have been absolute fucking bangers. I started playing my cop character a bit more, because you have to play them a certain amount to keep them like on the force. When they're a cadet, they're just like out of academy. They're not like a full officer yet. They'll just fire you if you don't like play them consistently for a while. And I was like, you know what? I feel like that time is going to come up. I need to start playing mine a little bit. So I started. So I played a couple days in a row of a bunch of hours to make sure I was like getting that practice in. And so I was playing late at night, and I swear it is literally Reno 911. It is Reno 911, if you've ever watched that show, because it's my character. Her name is Maya Peanuts, and he talks like this. She has like a complete lisp. Then we've got PT, Palmer Taylor, who's like an old guy who goes, yep, that's right, that's correct, yep, that's right, so like everything. And then we got Helen. She's like, hey guys, I'm Helen. And like the three of them are just, it was the most cooked trio I've ever been a part of. I made my character ask him, because he has a really deep voice. I made her go, can you be my dad? And he was like, all right. And he just agreed. So that's our dad now. It's funny because the streamer, Archon, is like younger than I am. So. But he's got such a like deep dad voice. Crazy. So it just works. He also made the character like an old man. So like it just had to be, man. I see the clip. Bro is laughing. Do we have the clip? Anyway, you should go watch that. I need to make sure I keep playing cop to get her to deputy so she doesn't get fired. I have to do it. Yeah, we kept making jokes about raw peanuts. Oh my god. It was so funny. It was so funny, man. Do smoke 4 packs a day every day of his life. Did he though? Like, why? Is there a reasoning, or is this like fake meta? Is this fake meta? I want to know. I want to know. I don't know, man. Helen didn't open up? Yeah. Yeah, sorry if you hear that. They're doing street cleanup. They're doing street cleanup because, like, it's a leaf blower. In the city streets, you have to have people come and like collect all the leaves because there's no spot for it to like break down. So occasionally, as the weather is nicer and we have, you know, some leaves again, yeah, sorry, my mic is just gonna pick it up, but the street cleaning crews are gonna be coming through. They used to come through a lot earlier, but that was where I lived previously. Where I live now, they seem to live to do this in the afternoon, so sorry. As long as it's not louder than me. So no clue, but his voice is really deep. His voice is crazy deep. I don't know how he does it. I'm trying to get him to say aha. I'm trying. You ever have a friend with like a really interesting voice and you try to get them to say a line? I'm trying to get Archon to say aha just once. But the thing is, I want to bait him to do it in character. Get him to say he's been so good. Oh, that's the one. I try to get everyone to say, please, I've been so good. That's the line. I try to get literally everybody to say, I've been so good. Oh, I'll try it. For those who know his characters, do I have him do it on Barrick? His like angsty, moody, serious, normal character? Or do I try to have him do it on PT, the cop? Oh my god, I need him to say it. Please, I've been so good. I should just, yeah, why not both? I should do it on both. Man. Yeah, Gigi only accepts apologies if they're led with "I've been so good." I think it's the streamer, do that. I'll make friends like if they do something and they're a little, they're trying to like apologize, you know. I'll just say, look, I'll accept it if you say "I've been so good." I always do it to my friends. I love it, man. I love it. He's my next target, though. I'm trying to get him to say it. Him and Barky. I need the two of them to say please have been so good. I asked Nova to say it at one point. He said it instantly. It was like I was like, oh, okay, all right. So fucking funny. Sounds like something Barky would say though. If you ask directly, sometimes you have friends that are like, when they realize you're trying to get them to fold, they start digging in their heels. But sometimes they'll just like instantly do it if they don't realize yet, you know, like how it looks. They'll just do it because they're just that person. It's funny. I feel like Barky's one of those. Like if he realizes what I'm doing, he won't do it. You know, Nova has no chill. He has no shame. I was like, at one point I was like, can I get a little moo? And he was like, moo. Like, he just did it instantly. I was like, you're my favorite. Speaking of him, we're trying to get the Demon 6 together. Remember when we did a repo run? It was me, TJ, Barky, Nova, Mason, and Warlock. I was asking that chat if they want to run it back sometime soon. They said Downy. I think that'd be nice, so you'll get to hear Nova giggle again. Maybe I'll get him to move for you guys. It's as fast as Glorion folding and saying meow for a sandwich that one time. Yeah. I like just giving people things. I just give people stuff. But I think it's not a good habit of mine to just give people stuff all the time. So instead, I just make them do something that costs them nothing in return, but it'll be something stupid like asking them to meow, or like I'll be like, say this line. Okay, now you can have it. I started doing that as I got older. I started doing it more and more, and now it's my MO at this point. It is. Cost them their dignity. It's never anything crazy though. And the thing is, like now that I'm a streamer, sometimes we'll do it on stream, but generally it's just to me. It's literally no one is listening, no one's watching. I'm like, just say this once. Just for me. So usually it's not anything crazy, but you will see it on stream sometimes. You will. Astro, thank you for the sub. Well, come on in. If your pride makes you unable to like moo once, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Rawr. That's the thing. Garrick always goes rawr. Like so raspy. He'll do anything. I've noticed this. There are like two buckets of people. Moo. Right? Moo. There are two buckets of people. There are ones who will do absolutely anything and people who won't do shit unless you force them. Like there are very few people that are in the middle. Very few. Almost everyone is on one side of that spectrum. So you have friends who'll be like, can you bark once? And they'll be like, and they just start doing it. And then there are other people that they act like it's killing them. Like if they do it, they'll die instantaneously, so they can't bark once, you know, or whatever. I think that shit's funny. It like, not in a bad way or a good way or anything. It just tells you a lot about people and how they operate, right? It's very interesting, very interesting. Yeah, it is like pulling teeth. Sometimes the stuff people ask for is like a little bit much. If you're like moo, but with that exact inflection, okay, that could be a lot. Getting Tony to meow was legendary. That's when I really knew we were friends, okay? That's when I really knew we were real friends, because he meowed on stream. I was like, this dude would not normally do this. Should have heard him the other day. He's been streaming from like some apartment that I think he's like temp renting. I don't know, Airbnb. I'm not sure, but he's in some place and he's got like the grinder mic. So he's got like that Xbox 2007 live mic, and so he's playing GTRP as himself. But he's like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And he's like blowing out the microphone, and it was so funny, so funny. I was like, "Wow, you sound great, man. You sound wonderful." Oh, so funny. God. You can hear every key he presses while driving. You can hear everything. I love it. There's some people that stream with like the grinder mic like that, and I feel like for some people they need to keep that mic There's some folks where I go, please get a better mic. I just need it. There are other folks where I'm like, man, you know, it's kind of your thing. It's kind of your brand. I like the mic peaking. I don't know. Cap's impression of you at the dinner with the grinder mic was great. Oh, I know. Yeah, Queso. I think if Case got a really good mic that did not peak, I think it would ruin stuff. Not completely. Like, I don't think everyone would be like, wow, you're not the same anymore. It's just, it just wouldn't be the same. And I just think he's better with the mic that he has. It fits him. It fits him so well. What does grinder mic mean? When you go into games and there are these people that are playing, but they're only there to just grind in the game, they tend to have like really shitty mics. They usually use like a mic that's attached to a headset and it like peaks. It sounds like Xbox Live. Whereas like a lot of other people will just have like these crystal clear mics, you know? And that's the grinder mic, is like the person who just like grinds in MMOs and is like, like super loud peaky on the mic. I love that. I love it. Jojo on the North Side should never get a good mic. It fits his character so well. Oh yeah, he's perfect as he is. I like, if he wants one, I would just I would get one for him instantly. But like, he's perfect. He does not need to sound crisp. He does not. You got an SM7B, so you can sound really good the 3 times a week you speak in Discord. It really affects things, I think, when you sound clear. People will be like, oh my god, you sound so good. You could have a totally normal voice. Nothing going on. Nothing crazy. But because you sound really clear, people will be like, wow, you sound great. And it's simply because you're speaking close to a microphone and you sound like you're in their ears, and that's, you know, that's where it comes from. You know, but you could have a great, wonderful voice and then be on a grinder mic, you sound like shit. It's half the time it's the mic and not the voice itself. Honestly, I feel like when I speak, people will be like, oh man, I really like your voice, and I'm like, thank you. I think it's just the fact that I'm on a microphone, though. Genuinely. I don't think my voice has, like, I don't think it's bad, but I don't think there's anything like ultra special going on. But they'll be like, wow, it's like the voice of an angel, and I'm like, I think you just are listening to me on a microphone, and that's all. Yeah, they're decent sounding mics for $50 these days. There really are. There are, man. The vocal fry, yeah, I can't get rid of that. I don't like this. I have to project my voice a little bit more just to not mumble too much, because there's so much vocal fry that sometimes it's like it gets in the way. You know, if I try to speak so low. The dude that I'm trying to say get to say aha, that guy has more vocal fry than I've ever heard in anyone else. More rasp in his voice than I've like ever heard. Brother talks like this the whole time, you know. And I don't know how he does it, man. But I'm trying to get him to go, ah. I need it. I need it. Your voice is nice to listen to as well. I don't think it's bad. Again, like, I'm not saying anything negative about my own voice. I just, when people are like, wow, it's so good, I think it's more the mic than anything. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? At several points in my life, I've plugged a pair of headphones into mic jack and yelled into them because headphones do indeed work in reverse. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You do a tin can mic stream just for the bit. Yeah, I need to get a webcam mic and scream at it. There are tutorials on how to make your mic sound like shit, and they just make me laugh. I don't know. One of those things that will always be funny, the way poop jokes are funny, is anyone saying anything with a shitty mic. You unironically wish I did ASMR? Yeah, no thanks. Honestly, you know, I think ASMR, when it's like sounds, is cool. I don't like vocal ASMR. It gives me the heebies, okay? It sounds too much like it's in my ears and freaks me out. That's just a me thing. So I don't like it. That's number one. But number two, I don't think that's a good idea for me. I think that's a good idea, because what happens is everyone that I know that does ASMR gets 5,000 gooners trying to DM them all day the moment they do ASMR. And it becomes really annoying. And then if they shut down like their comment sections and they shut down like different things, whatever, they get those people in their chat. Even if they do ASMR one time, and then they just go back to gaming, they still get like a lot of people being weird. And it becomes really hard to deal with. And I've heard so many horror stories and I've seen it and I'm like, eh. And even if you're like not trying to make that kind of content, there will still be those people that show up and see it that way. You can't control that, you know? Which I think if they keep it to themselves, don't care, fine, you know, like totally fine, time and place. But the problem is that they keep like getting all up in your chat and making it obvious. And I'm like, man, that's the part where I'm like, So that's why I'm not a big fan of it, because it's like you start a little infestation that you can't get rid of. You know what I mean? And a lot of those types of folks, a lot of them are not capable of the good time and place kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Rouge said, got the special romper on today. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's better to not give them an in. Yeah, and it sucks because you wish you could do things like that occasionally and then, like, there would be no long-term effect, but it's annoying when there are. And then you're stuck, then the only option is, well, then you just don't do it if you don't want to deal with that, which stinks too. Stinks too. If the Valentine's voice thing is still up, that was great. Yeah, if you want ASMR content, go buy my Valentine's voice back. It was a really serious script. It was a really serious ASMR bit, guys. I put so much effort in, man. I put so much effort into that fucking voice pack, okay? You should buy it. Oh, man. It was so good. So you used to watch one streamer who was nice and had a small community of like a dozen, but when they did ASMR, it went over to like 1K. I was happy they got more popular, but damn. It's really popular. It's really popular. I think genuinely if you're like, I just want to grow, like, brother, do ASMR. But just know who you're going to get in your chat. And you are also going to get plenty of normal people in your chat who are like, I love ASMR. Yay. Right? You're going to get normal people. But yeah, monkey paw curls, exactly. Then you're also going to deal with that. And it's just, it's also like, it's usually disguised behind like creepy uncle coded comments, right? It's usually not that many people showing up and being like, I'm typing with one hand right now. You get those too, but like those are easily spotted, and if you want to prune them, easy to ban those people, right? But instead you get like the creepy uncle comments. They come in there like, your voice is so nice. Regular smile emoji, okay, colon, and the parentheses. And then after that, they're like, you sound so sweet. Smile. Like they say stuff like that. You know what I mean? And they just like, it gets worse and worse. And I just see so much like creepy uncle shit. And I'm like, I don't know. You remind me of my daughter. Yeah, purty. You got a purty voice. Oh, that's one of the lines. Oh my god. I've been keeping track of a bunch of like disgusting lines I want to get Petey to try and say. You got a purty mouth is one of the good ones. That's one that's just disgusting, and I'm just trying to like, I'm trying to get him to hit the clip, you know what I'm saying? You got it. I'm keeping a list of just absolutely vile lines that I'm trying to get this friend to say. What the fuck? He's got this character that like, he's just, that's right. And he's got like a really, really, really deep voice. Sounds like a dad. And I think I need to get him to say really famous, gross lines. Yeah, from Deliverance. Yep. Exactly. I wish I could find a girl like you. Yeah, in ASMR chats. Oh, man. You see it a lot. It's a controversial take, but I think spoken ASMR just needs to be labeled as adult 18 plus content. Too many weirdos and too many content creators to skirt the edge. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's very clear that a lot of people doing that kind of content are doing it for that kind of reason. At the same time, there are a lot of streamers that don't quite get that that's what a lot of the people in the chat are there for, because those comments are kind of disguised. And a lot of them are just like, hey, these people are really happy to watch my content, and they're just, you know, yeah, exactly. Like Bearable just said, you shouldn't let perverts ruin nice things, right? Like a lot of the time the creator isn't really trying to do that, and I don't think you can blame, like, if they have audience members that are doing that. It's not always their fault. It depends on the very specific things they're doing. There's some stuff that they might do where you're like, okay, this is clearly it. There are other things where it's just a person reading a book. It's just a person reading a book. There's no way they don't know. You'd be surprised. I think there's a good number of them that do know. Absolutely. But there are also people, like someone said, they're really cool, like RP scripts that people do. There are people who do book reading, and they do it as ASMR because it's supposed to be calming. It's a thing to fall asleep to, etc. There's a lot of that content, and always has been, and there will always be a mixed bag. I'd say like a good chunk of those audiences are actually there for that content. They want that. They want bedtime stories. They want something to listen to calm themselves. That is what they're there for, which is why it's in an ASMR format, just not a standard reading. And then on top of that, yes, there are a bunch of people that are there for like, oh, I want to listen to the girl talk real close in my ear or whatever. And I don't think you can blame those people, you know? Like, and who are we to say like they shouldn't want those viewers? Because as long as those people aren't being super weird in their chat, as long as they're not being obviously weird and ruining like the chat vibe, the community vibe, what's the harm? Right? What's the harm? It's just more people viewing their content, which makes them maybe find more viewers that are there for that sort of thing, you know, or whatever. I think there's nothing wrong with it. So, I don't know. I'm not like opposed, and I wouldn't say like, oh, they should all be marked 18 plus, you know, when we know there are good chunks of those chats that are there for certain reasons, if that person really isn't making that type of content. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much gray area that I feel like you shouldn't restrict too hard. You just kind of like watch, and if they push a line, they push a line. That's all. That's all. If they know what they are doing, they should make it 18 plus in that case. Yeah, that's the thing. They should label their own content. And if I go to my sidebar here and I scroll down, I can label my content right now.
You know, as soon as I pressed enter on that ASMR message, I had regret, feeling like I opened Pandora's box.
No, you're fine.
Today I learned of Tuba can close that box.
Yeah, it's totally fine, dude. I can go right now and add content labels, and I can add sexual themes. And it's content that focuses on sexualized physical attributes and activities, or sexual topics, or experiences. You can label your content as that to show that it has that flavor to it. It's basically their equivalent of a mature content rating. So yeah, if it's a case of like, ooh, they know what they're doing, they can just opt to click that button. So, you know, I think it's because that button exists, it's on the streamer. It's not on the platform to be like, oh, all ASMR has to be 18 plus. You know what I'm saying? The problem is they just don't have enough people sitting there moderating that. So, of course, a lot of that stuff gets through the cracks. You know? That's just how it is. So there's no real engagement with ASMR, though. The only one that engage are creeps. Not true. Depends on the creator. Depends on the content they're making. I've seen plenty of like people that do ASMR script readings. It's like a full RP scenario, and they're almost like writing the script as they go and trying to make like something a little funny or like a dramatic story. And a lot of the people that are in the chat are bouncing back with ideas of like what the character could say. They're basically like writing fanfics together, and it's just like a creative experience. There's a good amount of that. It's just not the most watched thing, so you're not gonna see a lot of that, but there is a good chunk of that. Those communities are really fun. I'd say a lot of that goes into the channels where it's a guy doing ASMR, which not so much on Twitch, more on YouTube, but they'll do like script readings and stuff. Sometimes one of my friends does this actually. It's not always ASMR, but he lets his viewers, he'll do like members only streams, and he'll let his viewers submit scripts for him that are like short, and then he'll read them, and like he voice acts, so he'll fully voice act them. And some of them are so funny. They're so cringe. Some of them are so serious, and he just goes and reads through them, and they're great streams. And some of them they'll be like, "Can you do this one like ASMR?" and he'll do it like that. And it's just fine. He just does vocal stuff. Yeah, Flam. I think that kind of content is fine because, you know, the chat is like super engaged, and honestly a lot of it is like purposefully cringe. Like they're trying to write him scripts that are embarrassing to read, and they're like, read this one, streamer, but he has no chill, he has no shame, so he'll do it every time. And you know, it's just really, really, really funny content. It's really great. So there's a lot of stuff like that in that kind of genre that exists. What about the boyfriend calls you but dies in a car accident ASMR? Wasn't there one where he's like, like something beats you with a frying pan ASMR? There are a lot of like crazy scripts. Actually, a lot of really popular ASMR channels. It's mostly the guys, the dudes that do ASMR. A lot of I don't know what's up with the women viewer base that watch guys that do ASMR, but they are so entertained by sending them with the like sending them the funny ASMR scripts. Let me see. There's a lot of that. Oh, your boyfriend dies in a meteor strike? Yeah. yeah, Gerard with the meteor. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, he posted this last year. ASMR boyfriend calls you cute but dies from a meteor. 22-second video. Okay? 22-second video. And it's 426,000 views. Hold on, I'm pausing the BGM. You want to hear it? Ready? Ready? That's the whole video. It's a fucking banger, dude. Oh, no, he didn't die instantly, no. That's the kind of ASMR I love, dude. This is what I'm talking about, man. There is ASMR content that is incredible, and it's shit like that. Here's the funny one you remember hearing: his boyfriend gambles all the money away and is killed by the mafia. And that's the thing, it's always boyfriend ASMR every time. It's always boyfriend ASMR, and then like he fucking dies, dude. Oh my god. Does he have more of these? Did he ever do more of these? It's his second highest video. It's his second most watched. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It's just 430k views on this 22-second video. Is so fucking funny. Oh my god. Shia has a good one called Boyfriend Cooks for You in Bed and Burns Down the House ASMR. I love all the Funky Kong ASMR. That's the stuff I really like. Gianni did a bunch. That was really, I mean, that was great. There's a girlfriend spills scalding hot coffee on herself in a cafe one somewhere. That's good. That's good. What? Todd Howard seduces you in the bathroom at a Fleetwood Mac concert. I think like RP scripts are so funny, especially the creators that do a lot of them, because I love when they let viewers start submitting them. The moment they let viewers start submitting shit, that's where it starts to get real cooked. Fred's voice does a lot of funny ones with Harry Potter and Star Wars scenarios. Wait, really? Really? I didn't... Do you mean Frederick? You mean my gay little cow friend, Frederick? Oh my god, I didn't know. I need... Link it. Put it in the Discord right now. I need to know. Someone just posted one and Geega out in the Discord. It's titled, "Boyfriend takes you out to eat, but his ops slide on him." Oh no. Oh no. Oh, a guy called Fred's voice. Oh, okay. It's not my gay little cow. Okay. Got it. My gay little cow friend. Because he sounds like the cow mooing. He sounds like the little cow. That Fred. Fred's voice. Let me see. Fred's voice ASMR. Popular. Barbershop sounds. That's his, like, #1. Wet towel shave. What the hell? Oh my god. Rude English barbershop shave. 3.6 million views. Do people love haircutting sounds this much? Wait, let's listen. Razor shave sounds. Or barbershop sounds. Okay, let's click ahead. I need to get to the snips. Ooh. Okay, you know what? You know what? I understand. The moment he pulled out the scissors, the little snippy sounds, I understand. I don't love it. I don't love it, but I get it. I get it. I'm seeing okay, here. I'm seeing what you were talking about. ASMR, the most exquisite barbershop ever, okay? ASMR, totally normal, relaxing bath bomb store. And he's like wearing a wig in the video. ASMR, Kenobi medical eye examination. What? We need this one. Hold on, we're pausing the BGM. We're pausing the BGM. Sorry, VOD watchers, you won't hear this. Kenobi medical eye examination. Oh my god, it's his lightsaber. Okay. Let's get to the part where he talks. Okay. Oh my god, he's dressed as Obi-Wan. I can't do it. I can't. Sorry, I hate ASMR. I can't. 3 words in, if you manage. Nope. Oh, I can't do the... Oh, I don't like people talking to my ear like that, man. Ew. Even if they're good at it, like, objectively. I subjectively cannot. I cannot. I'm sure something about this is funny somewhere. I can't. No, thank you. I can do ASMR if it's like sounds. Like there are a lot of channels that do baking ASMR, so you hear them like stirring ingredients. That stuff I like. That's nice. That's great. But the moment they start talking, I'm like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. You like the medical ASMR of like a physical exam? The thing is, in real life versus like ASMR on a microphone, those are very different things. Those are very different things. If someone has a very nice voice and they're in front of you in person, they're your doctor, they're doing an examination, that's great. But the microphone where you get like the full sound and it sounds so heavily like it's on your right side, it feels artificial, and something about it is just weird for me. I don't like it. Need Gianni to do an ultra kill ASMR of Gabriel beating you to death. He's done, not that, but he's done some great ASMR. Hold on, let me get to his channel. He's one of the big Funky Kong ASMR guys. Just saying. He's really a pioneer in the Funky Kong ASMR space. There are a lot of people that do Funky Kong ASMR though, actually, now that I'm looking. ASMR roleplay. Caring and supportive Funky Kong draws the line. Okay, this is a Gianni video. Okay, this is him. This is Gabriel Ultrakill real. I hate it so much. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what's crazy too is I can just message Gianni anytime and be like, I need a custom Funky Kong script. I asked him for custom Gabriel voice lines that he did for me for an event that we did with New Blood Games. And he made me like all these custom lines where I could get you guys to like join a raffle and everything. He was commanding you guys to join the raffle, etc. I could just be like, hey, hey Gianni, I really need Funky Kong right now. I really need Funky Kong. His hey babe is amazing for the few seconds it lasts. Yeah, and then it's all over, man. It's all over so quick. Oh god. Johnny's so fucking funny. He also does a bunch of videos of him being fucking what's his face, Duke Nukem. He does a really good Duke Nukem voice, and then on top of that he can edit it perfectly so it sounds like the old like bit crushed shitty, you know, quality kind of thing. And he makes some really good Duke Nukem memes for millennials, you know. So now every time I eat I'm gonna think of this shit. You think of Funky Kong saying that was really unfunky of you. Oh man, I'm in a real dark place right now, Johnny. I could sure use Funky Kong. Okay, how about this? If anything gets me down, anything at all, I'm promising you guys, I'm gonna let him know, and I'm gonna say, I just please a 20-second clip. Please, a 20-second clip. I just need comforting, supportive Funky Kong just to get me through this. Just to get me through these times. Actually, that gave me an idea. Hold on. I'm sending him an idea right now. I'm sending an idea right now. Okay. There we go. Put your favorite one geeking out, skips the talking. 1300s AD ASMR, none takes care of you in bed, you have the plague. Cute barista tries to talk to you but ends up spilling hot black coffee on her face and goes blind. Beating you with frying pan ASMR. Oh, yeah, I've seen this one. That's a classic. That's a classic. We know about the frying pan one. That one's wonderful. Funky Kong says, I'm proud of you. No! Yoda explains why your mother and him are divorcing. ASMR. We're opening this one. BGM off. Oh my god. Oh my god. He enters. Okay. Oh, we're saving this one. Dark news. I have a terrible idea. I have a terrible idea. I'm sending it to Dread. I'm saying I think D-Dog has a new calling. I think we need Delver to get into ASMR and start posting videos of. But he has to do it as Delver. Oh man. Just to lay on extra peer pressure, I'm gonna send it to a mutual friend as well. I need you to help me convince Dread to have Delver get into being an ASMR guy. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, it'd be so good, man. It'd be so good. I just absolutely cooked scripts. That's what my Valentine's voice pack was. Is a very real and true experience that everyone totally wanted in ASMR form, and I definitely did not eat in the middle of it. I definitely did not eat in the middle of it. Look at this question. This guy goes, "Hey, why isn't your model showing that much skin?" I don't know. You could take your shirt off and look in the mirror, I guess, if that's you know, what you're looking for. You could also actually, yeah, I am covered in skin though. You could go to Google and you could type anime boobs. And you could have everything you ever wanted, man. It's so easy. It's so easy. They're everywhere. There's so much content for you. Are you serious? Can I? Are you serious right now? I could type in anime boobs and see them. Imagine Palmer Taylor becomes your new dad ASMR. Now I'm sending that to him too. Hold on. Wait, do I even have Archon on here? I gotta add him on Discord. It's over. Hold on. All right, I found my new calling in life. Trying to get my friends to record cooked scripts. I think this is gonna be the way. I think. How many friends of mine can I get to record crazy shit? Surely we can do this. He's gonna hate it. I'm adding him just to send it. To say, can you make it a Palmer Taylor ASMR script? You know, a lot of my friends tell me that the first message I sent them was cooked. I've heard that from so many people, because I have a tendency to, like, I don't need to really, like, be close with someone to ask them for something crazy that I just think is funny, because I'm fine with someone going no. I go, okay, it doesn't bother me. So I have a really bad habit of not even adding people as a friend until, like, something like that comes up. I don't wait for, like, oh, we need to collab, oh, we need to do this, oh, let's, like, really make a connection. I'll just be like, yo, it'd be so funny if you did this, and then I just add them and send them some crazy shit, and I'm like, hey, can you record this real quick? So a lot of people, the first message they have from me is just some cooked bullshit. And I formally apologize to all my friends, but I also don't. It's a great icebreaker. Yeah, I mean, I don't like need icebreakers personally. Like, I don't feel like I do. So, you know, I think it's cool to just get up on in there immediately and just be like, yo, I think I got an idea. Blazing says typing boobs, butt, big boobs, toenail painting. We know what your search history has. We know what you got. First message you ever sent Mike was a giant goat's mega lol. Oh my god. That's what I should do. I should go through all of my DMs with people and check like what my first message to them was. And make a compilation. If not first message, like first real thing I said to them, you know? I should do it. I really love your Monster Hunter model. Thank you. Thank you. The first thing. Oh, she's so funny that you said that. The first thing I ever said to Mike in DMs, I sent him a 7TV emote. It was Goats Megalo. It was the link to it. And I said, you love it. Oh my god, that's my first message to him in 2022, man. Holy shit. Holy. That's crazy. Remember you saying your last message to Moon was very cooked? Let me see. Yeah, it
really
is.
was Mike, check this out, goats megalux lol.
It was. Yeah, I sent him a picture of my half-sword character. Remember Hold on, let me save this image. Any of you guys like the game Half-Sword? I have a picture called doodoo-pants.png. Ready? Here it is. This is a real image from my half-sword playthrough. Okay? It's a real one. We were playing, and brother had a shit stain going down his ass crack. Now, for legal reasons, so Twitch doesn't ban me, it was in-game blood, and somehow I managed to just like hit him with, or he got hit like with a weapon. And in this game, wherever you get hit, you get a line of blood. Dude got stabbed in the ass, and then as I was walking around, he just looked like he pooped himself. He looked like he pooped himself the whole time I was playing. It was cooked, brother. It was cooked. Oh, it was so funny. You know, if I were a streamer just using a PNG instead of a streamer using a model, this would be a banger. This one would be pretty good. Right? Imagine you're playing Half-Sword and then this is your PNG in the corner. I like that. Make that your Fugi. Thank you for that. Thank you very much for that. Make doodoo-pants.png my Fugi. The thing that I love is they let you hot swap Fugis now. You can add multiple ones and then just click between them to change them. So I could add them in there, hot swap to doodoo pants. Also, Shaddy said something. This is an if you know moment. Shaddy sent me a message and said ASMR Glenn, as in Glenn Frugal. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh Jesus. Oh God. Make the flaps move when speaking. Flaps. Flaps. It's his ass cheeks, man. It's not. All right. Said flaps. Jesus. I don't like that you called them flaps. It's cheeks, man. I mean, he wasn't that caked up, but still, like, you say flaps, and I don't know. Send it to me, I'll make a GIF. That's my editor, guys. That's my editor. Don't worry, editor. I will send you doodoo-pants.png in our very professional DMs that we have going on right now. There you go. There you go. Rebecca, I can provide for you. Oh man, the ASMR dude is begging for his ex-wife back that he hasn't seen in 10 years because he got a really nice job now and he can provide for her and he can't wait to show her his new car that has the nice wooden dashboard. Ugh. Be so good. Next social collab's gonna be funny. I got ideas. That's all I say. I got ideas. I got a lot of thoughts. You start saying flaps until GG. Okay, you're trying to blame it on me like I made you say flaps. I didn't make you say flaps. I said flaps and you absorbed it. Therefore, it's your fault for absorbing it because you allowed it to enter your mind and take root. And you allowed your brain to be poisoned by the word flaps, okay? That's a you problem. Mm-hmm. I wish he would play Glenn Frugal again. Man. Nature versus nurture, brother. Yep, never the streamer's fault. Never ever. Impossible. Impossible. I mean, hey, flaps is a great word. Flaps is a good nickname for somebody. That's a good one. I think I'm gonna keep that in mind. Hi, Shaddy. Flaps is not a good word. It's good. It's accent dependent, but flaps. Tony Flaps Corleone. Oh. That's what I'm saying. Your uncle calls you Lurch? Lurch! It's a good one. That's a good one. Apple's nickname could be Flapple. Nah, he's Yapple. He's Yapple. Probably better for a man than a woman. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Lurch is an interesting one. I've had a lot of friends have a lot of absolutely cooked nicknames. A lot of them don't stick, but some have. Not in the context of booty flaps. Shaddy, they're trying to say that doodlepants.png had flaps. They were trying to say he had flaps. Now I'm not saying he was like super caked up, but like it's not the word that comes to mind, right? Not for me, at least. Maybe for you guys. I don't know. I don't know. What the fuck is that? Art. It's art, brother. That's what it is. Anyway, let's play a video game. Oh, I should have named my character Flaps. That would have gone crazy. But no, we got Big Papa. I would like to continue the adventures of Big Papa. I think I think Big Papa's gonna go far. Okay. I think he's gonna take over the land. I think he's gonna be the strongest, the coolest. I also want to do a bunch of side questing. Oh, it's perfect. The playlist just ended. Yes, perfect timing. Yes. Big Flappa. Ugh. All right, it's time to open some fucking Oblivion. And then we're gonna go over here, and I'm gonna